live together for us. So most of us are just going to be programming our mind for the very first time because we kind of come pre-programmed where our actions in our life and our experiences in our life shape our thoughts, and they're just automatic now, and they just happen by what we've learned by growing up, by living. And a lot of times we can feel out of control where our negative thoughts are the things that fuel us, where we notice the negativity first, or we just feel like we can't control our attention. Like our mind is literally out of control. And that's most of the reason why people ask me this question. So we have a lot of thoughts that come easily in our brain, and they come easily because, again, we've been automatically doing them for a long time. Say we came across a challenging situation before, and our brain reacted in a certain way, and our body reacted in a certain way. Hello, friends. Hi, Melissa. Our brain learns how to react, and then the next time that situation comes up, that fearful situation or that challenging situation comes up, our brain reacts in the same way again because the brain doesn't want to work hard. Like, it's very complex, and there's lots of nooks and crannies, and there's a lot of stuff that happens up there, but truth be told, the brain doesn't want to work hard. So it's just going to do what it's learned and what it knows and what is automatic. So if you're constantly reacting to fearful situations, if you're constantly reacting to challenges in life the same way, then your brain's just going to keep doing that every single time you show up. So what we do know, though, is that we can actually apply different thinking and change our thought process and get out of that automatic attention and rework our way towards better experiences, better actions, and better thoughts. Those challenges and those fears that have happened to us in the past, our brain is protecting us by reacting in that certain way, which is great, right? That's a positive. We want it to protect us from bad things happening, but they're also not helpful because they're not pushing us in a way that we can actually change the response into a positive direction. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we can create our own thoughts and our own behaviors. If you guys know me, you know I have notes because I completely lose my train of thought when I'm like looking at myself in the camera. So if you see me glance down, that's where I'm looking to. So we can create our own thoughts and we can create our own behaviors for the things that we do every single day. We're literally going to reprogram this guy up here, which is responsible for responding to a lot of parts of our body. Success usually is defined as a discipline of the mind, and successful people usually have thoughts that are healthy and that are positive. Those two things kind of coincide together. Healthy thoughts are usually positive thoughts. So one thing that we can do in our every single day is simply, this is going to sound so silly and so easy, give our negative thoughts less attention. Stop paying attention to them. Notice them when they come into our brain. Use this to turn it around and apply positive thoughts when these negative thoughts come into our mind. So repetition is something that just keeps these negative thoughts going and keeps them from coming up in our brain. So the more the negative thoughts come in and the more we pay attention to the negative thoughts, the more we're going to train our brain to do the same thing. So if you have a negative thought coming in, I want you to notice it and reframe it. And all that simply means is flip it to the opposite. So if you automatically go to thinking like the worst possible thing in the world, when I leave my house, I might get into a car accident. You think the worst possible thing. So as soon as that comes into your brain, the more you start practicing this, the easier it's going to be to do. You flip that thought around. You're like, you know what? When I get into my car, I'm going to have a really pleasant drive. I'm going to get there and I'm going to get home safely. Retraining that thought in your mind over and over and over as many times as you can, or as many times as you need to, in order to solidify the positive thought, is going to help you retrain your brain to go there first instead of going towards the negative direction. Take control of your thoughts. Are my thoughts supporting me or are they hurting me? And that's just another way of saying, just pay attention to what's going on in your brain. Pay attention to your thoughts and how they come into your mind. One way to get yourself into a habit of doing this, and again, Brendan Burchard taught me these little tips too, is anytime you're standing in line somewhere, whether that's traffic, at the grocery store, at the bank, waiting to pick up your kids, anytime you stand in line, I want you to pay attention to your thoughts. What am I thinking right now? Where's my brain going? Is it positive or is it negative? What's happening in my brain? And if you see it's negative, literally flip it around and tell yourself the positive thought. More notice, the more you interrupt those thoughts, the more your brain will be redirected and reprogrammed. Told you that was easy to redirect from negative to positive. Does anyone else want to sing a song when you say from negative to positive? Like every single time. Just like negative to positive. Okay. So the more attention we give the thoughts, the longer that we give those thoughts attention, and the sensation that the thought provides for us all have to do with how we react. Is it a negative way or is it a positive way? Are they negative instances coming in? Are they positive instances coming in? So give more attention and more duration and more sensation to the positive thoughts. This is what Brendan calls our own personal power. We literally have our own personal power to reprogram our brain, which is friggin' amazing if you ask me. Things that you can do as far as like prompts to get yourself this way is ask yourself 5 questions 3 times a day. They could be the same 5 questions, just write 5 questions down that are super positive questions that you can read and answer every single day. And so an example of that would be like, how can I show someone love today? Right? Read that question the first thing you wake up in the morning. Think about it and answer it in your head. Read the next 4 questions. Think about them and answer them in your head. At lunchtime, same thing. So take those questions, write them down, keep them by your bed, keep them in your pocket. Maybe they're a screensaver on your phone. Whenever your phone goes off and you get a notification, you see those questions and you answer them in your brain. Okay? Tell Joyce that I love her and that I play a doctor on TV. Also, another thing that you can do is write down 3 words. Again, this one comes from Brendan too. 3 words that you can describe yourself, or that you want to describe as your ideal self. So for me, the 3 words I have written down are authentic, I have funny, and I have impactful. Those are 3 things that are really important and near and dear to me. And I'm going to write them down and I'm going to pin them on my refrigerator. I'm going to write them somewhere. Again, I can keep them in my phone and my notes. If I need a reminder, I can pull them back up and there they are. So these thoughts are going to lead us to healthier decisions and healthier behaviors. Our unconscious mind is also programmed by or conditioned by action. So not only are we changing our thought, right, taking it from a negative to a positive, we can also start to be more positive, be more authentic. Thank you so much, Amanda. That means so much. I really had to sit there and think about those 3 words, but those are what I strive to be. And then funny just doesn't sometimes, sometimes it just doesn't seem like it works, but I really want to be funny. I think I'm funny sometimes. Other people might not think I'm funny. We're working on it. So just be authentic over and over again. If I can just teach you that one thing today is be vulnerable, show up and be authentic, and you will start to see that you have positive direction, positive thoughts, positive behaviors that start happening in your life. Now your brain is going to be like, okay, these positive thoughts, I got this. This is what we do. No big deal. I'm in, right? And it starts to learn this way of thinking. You're going to wow your brain. And I think our one job on this earth, if we have one job, it is to wow our brain, right? Positive thinking, positive action, 2 things to lead you to a changed life. I've got a bunch of those positive questions written down as examples. If you would like the list, just let me know, shoot me a message, send me a little comment or emoji down at the bottom, and I will be happy to shoot them off to you in a personal message. I think they're great. If you come up with your own, even better too, but sometimes these little question prompts can help you think of what you need. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope that blesses you. If that helps you, if you think of someone that needs that, certainly tag them or share this video with them. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later.